you're a facility manager or in purchasing, here's how some companies are gaming the system to win, but here's why they might not be the best option. All right, so today we're going to talk about demystifying the procurement decision matrix black box. How is it, or what process do they use to make decisions? It's really not a black box. Clearly, they never want to tell you what the decision criteria is, or they might tell you it's partially quantitative, partially price, and whatever, right? But what we've realized after submitting multiple bids to procurement departments over the years is that really it always comes down to total cost divided by on-site labor hours, and they're looking at the total cost and the cost per hour, because in their minds more labor typically equals better cleaning, and so they're trying to find a balance between overall lowest cost and lowest cost per hour. So let's dive into a couple examples. So for example, you might have company A, which is focused on high quality. You have company B, which I wouldn't necessarily say that they're focused on poor quality, but they're playing the procurement game, if you will, right? So they understand what procurement does and they're playing the procurement game. So, company A delivers 100 on-site hours plus 20 supervision hours. So that's 120 total hours, right? And company B is going to deliver 100 on-site hours and 0 supervision hours, right? And again, we're trying to use simple math here, right? So company A might charge $1,100 for the month. So you divide that by 100 hours. So their total cost per hour on the decision matrix black box is $11 per hour. Company B might charge $1,000, and divided by 100 gives you $10 per hour. So right now, company B is winning on total cost and lowest cost per hour. So the true cost per hour that the procurement decision matrix does not compute is that company A is charging $1,100, but since they're actually providing 100 total labor hours, that's $916 per hour, versus company B is actually coming in at $10 per hour. So their actual real cost per hour is actually more expensive when you start to factor in supervision. So keep in mind, right, that supervision cost is actually higher, but again, let's assume that it's the same for now. So once this bid goes to procurement, the high quality company always loses, right? Because in their decision matrix, they don't look at how many hours are being provided on the back end, right? They're not looking at how much time is being spent training. They're not looking at how much time is being spent on inspections, how much time, the supervisor is spending on site, helping retrain the cleaner or pointing out things that they might be missing or helping them fix things that they might be missing, right? So, typically when procurement is making a decision, they just want to know how many cleaners are here, how many hours, right? So again, if you're a buyer and you want to hire high quality, you should factor in how many supervision hours will be provided besides just the on-site direct labor and modify the decision-making matrix. So again, hours spent on the onboarding process, you should definitely ask that and factor that in. How many hours are spent on the training program? What happens when a cleaner is out sick or on vacation or gets replaced? And then what specialty labor saving equipment will be used? More hours without supervision does not necessarily equal better cleaning. A good company with good training and adequate supervision can outperform and deliver higher quality and consistency. So again, these are things that should be considered in the procurement process if quality is going to be a driving factor. If quality doesn't matter, then obviously this doesn't matter, right? So I hope this information helps facility managers make better decisions when hiring companies, and I hope that if you're a new player in the industry and you're trying to understand how to win a potential RFP that's out there and you really want to earn someone's business, I hope this information really helps you in that process. Now, I'm not advocating that you play the procurement game or that you focus on providing lower quality. We like to focus on providing high quality, but I think if you can better communicate some of this information to your buyer, the facility manager, that they can better advocate for you, right? So this really is for facility managers that are trying to fight for you, that they might like you and they say, like, I really want to work with this company because I think this company is going to do a great job. So how can I communicate to my procurement team and the CFO and whoever's making this decision, make a better decision besides just total cost and cost per hour.